Hello, and welcome to Not Nice Guy Sanctum, Krieger, Skelemir, and Salvi, the Viking D10 game based off of Warrior Rogue Mage. I am here with our wonderful Patreon supporters. I'm going to have them all tell you their names and tell you a tiny bit about their characters we're going to get to meet over the next couple of hours. Let us start at the top of the list with Anska.
Hi, I'm Isabella, and I'll be playing Anska, a...
We got
Oh
A and
no.
Might want to shift that thing that we talked about back down a little bit. We got the first sentence or so.
Here we go, how about that?
Yep, much better. One more
Okay.
time.
My name is Isabella, and I'll be playing Anska. She is a sage with a penchant for ritual magic and runes.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's gonna be some fun. We have Egil.
Hi everyone, I'm Elliot and I am playing Eagle, and they are a rogue that is a little known. You might have heard of them. They do the kills real good, and they love their husband.
Aw, awesome. Estrid.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Estrid, also known as Triana, or Struggle Princess if you've seen me being horny in chat. um, I'm playing, Estrid. She's a warrior rogue, the little sister to Ruby with big sister energy.
Awesome. And Ruby.
I'm also Luva or Bloody Rose White Wolf on the Twitch chat. And I am a warrior who dabs a little bit in everything, but who is also mostly like just a little bit of a bitch with a sweet attitude that gets away with just about everything.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. And we're I'm sure going to dive all the way into that all the struggles that are going to come from all of that. Just a tiny bit of background on Warrior Rogue Mage. This is a game that was written by Stargazer, I think is his name online. He writes a lot of indie RPGs. I think it came out around 2014, and we adapted it in a 2016 campaign to play Vikings. It's a simple system. The base system uses D6s. We decided to enhance it to use D10s. And it is despite being called Warrior Rogue Mage, which is what Krieger, Skelemir, and Salvi translate to, despite having those names, your characters are classless. So your attributes are warrior, rogue, mage. So you get
Yes,
to
that's rude.
you get to mix and match, and make extremely unique characters without having to worry about strength and dexterity and charisma and all that. You get to play it however you like. And welcome the Cytherian. Good to
Good
Oh,
see
morning,
you.
star.
what's up,
Yes.
Morningstar?
Ooh.
Awesome. So let us get started. Um, the the starting position is simply that, simply, sadly, really, that over the last two winters, it has become more and more clear to the clan of Vikings that live on the seaboard that the winters are becoming longer and more harsh. The crops of the villages all around you have failed over the last few years, causing mass casualties. And your village has seemed to have the favor of the gods, particularly Freya, and a bit from Loki as well. And that has seen you through the last terrible winters. However, this year it has become the mystics of the clan have realized that the Fimbulwinter will be much too strong, and the crops that are planted will not survive and will not carry you through winter. So they have assembled a group of the best, brightest, and fittest of the clan are still healthy.
And I'd like to say the hottest.
Yes, I think that's absolutely accurate. And they have assembled you all and are sending you off with a quite large purse of goods for you to do with as you wish in trade or in raiding to bring back enough goods or whatever you can get your hands on, really, to help the clan survive this terrible winter as it comes. You have spent a day in festival and a night drinking and becoming ready for the journey and deciding amongst those of you that have been chosen in which direction you will travel. And that's where the camera comes into the longhouse and sees you all drinking at a table together, discussing what direction you will travel and what you will be in search of. What say you?
Have-
It's been a long time. If we can get enough of it.
Yeah, but we're still gonna be running short. We're lucky for now. We're gonna have to head out.
They're going
For adventure.
to they have a boat that's ready for you. They have horses that are ready for you. In any direction you're willing to go, they will outfit you and send you in that direction. From where you're located, you can head up the coast, past a couple of dead villages, hoping that you can find things that haven't been scavenged out of those areas. You could head up into the cold mountains and go in search of treasures there through the forest and up the mountains. You could go out to sea, and you could either follow the coast south to raid a warmer climate, or you could go directly out to sea as far as you could go on the new technology of the boats of the era. We're in the time we're playing, it's about 400 to 450 Common Era.
Hmm.
So you can go out in exploration in any of those methods or any other way that you.
I vote not cold.
Don't worry
Well,
about that.
we're
Have enough
nearing
roads.
winter. You don't exactly have a choice.
No, I mean like not like
Not
mountain
colder.
cold. Colder.
Forest seems neat. I love forests.
There are many paths in the forest. You could take the forest to the mountains, or you could follow a valley that leads into a clear area that you're not sure if any of the villages there have survived.
If you
Mm.
really have a problem with like being cold, I guess we can go to the valley. It's probably going to be a little bit warmer.
Yeah. we could definitely do that. My beard isn't in yet. So, and truth be told, the beard never appears ever. That's just what they say. Um, they can't grow beard for shit. They're a poor Viking. So their face gets cold.
Let's start in the valley and see where that takes.
I
Okay.
vote
Yeah.
Valley as well. I have no wishes for the ocean.
Well, they will outfit you with mantles of fur, so if you do end up in colder climates, at least you'll be able to survive them.
Like a good partner, let's go down.
My husband isn't here, but yes.
What is he doing in the middle of a festival?
Currently, grabbing a drink, so he hasn't come back yet.
You gonna sneak out without saying goodbye?
Nah,
Okay, good.
nah. I'm not that bad. Somebody's got to smack his ass one last time.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it for you if you don't mind.
No.
You do have a few hours before the festival ends, and they expect to leave at sunrise. You're all well rested, so if you'd like, now might be a good time to show off some of your special talents to one another. Be that in sparring or trying to, hit a far target with one of your ranged weapons.
So yeah, I'm actually gonna turn and like take one of my throwing knives out. And where's the closest target near me?
The closest target, this is
Yeah.
a very target rich environment,
Oh,
but
great.
there are thick posts holding up the building, and there are thinner posts, and there is varying difficulties depending on what you were trying to do.
I just want to be impressive, so nothing too easy. So maybe like a thinner post, but like not too far away.
Yeah, there's a really easy way to sort of figure out what you'd be relatively good at. It would be to take your skill bonus and like add 3 to 5 to that, or your skill bonus and your attribute, and add 3 to 5 to that, depending on how lucky you feel. And that's about the difficulty that you could be relatively assured that you would hit.
I do have precise shot.
Ooh. That would let you sort of burrow through a target, and that's better on people than posts.
Then posts. Dang
Yeah.
it. Yeah, then I guess I'd do like a thrown skill.
Okay.
And I'm a master in that, so
Awesome. So let's say that the thicker posts are difficulty 11, and the thinner posts are difficulty 15.
okay.
Choose which one you want to throw at first.
Let's try the 11, and if I'm good enough, then I'll maybe feel cheeky and go for the 15. I can always retrieve them.
Awesome. Right.
So that is 1d10, and is there anything additional with being a master in something that I get, or is that just going to be +8 to whatever my d10 is?
+8 is your rogue plus your 2 bonuses. Basic skill and master skill.
Perfect. So I rolled a 7, so that's 7 plus 8, which is 15.
Awesome. You hit that thick post in such a way that it is clear that you would have been able to hit that thin post chosen go after it. You strike that thick post right in the middle of a knot that looks like you had called the shot effectively.
Hell yeah.
I would like to show up Egil and throw one hatchet above their knife and one hatchet under it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Just boom, boom.
Um
And I'm gonna throw them at the same time because
yeah,
I'm ambidextrous.
you are
So I can
ambidextrous.
just
Let's peg the target number for that at 13.
Ooh,
Yeah. Thick post and pegging.
Well,
Quite
it's to
nice.
get one above and one below.
that is a 19.
Wow.
Hell.
Your blades are touching not only each other when they hit, but they're also touching the dagger that's stuck into the post.
Nice. And now your blades are touching.
We're
We're
flirting. Our
getting
blades are
some.
flirting.
Blade on blade action.
Love
Yeah.
good that.
On the thick posts.
So
There is cheering throughout the long hall, and everybody thinks immediately that there is no chance that you are all coming back empty-handed.
Oh,
And I didn't have to do anything.
we set up too high expectations for ourselves.
yeah, I look over
Talk,
to my husband and give a wink.
Nice.
talk, talk for yourself. I'm pretty sure I'm not coming back empty-handed.
The ale is spilling out onto the floor. People are slamming their mugs together so hard in excitement and happiness. Is there anything else you all want to do before the end of the night until when they see you off?
I'm going to show off as well.
Oh, awesome! What would you like to do?
Ooh.
On my difficulty, I'm going to draw 2.
I think we're missing a bit of your
I didn't finish the.
oh. Anska, we aren't hearing.
Hearing me now?
Yes.
Yep.
I was just muttering to myself.
Okay.
I'm going to draw 2 calm runes and a ball of fire in my palm.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Because that is far less power than you have within you, that's going to reduce the difficulty by 1. But I think that is far below what you can actually pull off. So that's
If
an.
remember right, I have each rune is 2. Then I have a 3. Doesn't even need modifier.
Yeah, so it'd be 3 plus 2 times the number of, or 3 plus 3 times the number of runes, so 9, but then minus 1 because you can go so far beyond that. And I think that's lower than your possible fail, if I'm correct. Like your rituals skill bonus
I've got a
is
1d10 plus 10.
yeah. So you would have to have a difficulty of 12 before you even have to make a roll. So with a difficulty of 8, you're automatically successful. You can narrate what happens.
I can let the fire dance fingers for a moment and then go.
Awesome. Yeah, you're able to make it dance along between the beer and ale that's spilt on the tables, and it cleans the table that you're at by burning off the alcohol.
Wonderful. The barmaid is going to love me.
You do that? Well, I have the thorn rune. And the third meaning of the thorn rune is lust.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to make people around me horny. Because I can get away with it.
Okay. How many times are you going to use that rune?
I'm not going to go too high. The whole point isn't to make them like horribly horny, I guess. I'm just going to use 1.
Okay. So the difficulty on that would be 6. What's the bonus on your ritual?
Uh, wait, no, actually, I don't have rituals as a so that's 1d10 plus 2.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Where do you draw the rune? Are you gonna draw it like on yourself?
Yeah, on myself. I was thinking about it.
Nice.
Because if you're going to make people horny, why not make them horny for you?
Awesome.
I think that's the Morningstar motto.
Fair. So
All right.
that's just 1d10.
Add 2 to your result.
10!
Wow.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
So that's 12 total.
Yeah, the result is subtle, but you find that people tend to get a few feet closer to you than they otherwise would. You get bumped into throughout the rest of the night by people, and of course, you know, everybody's already feeling the effects of the ale, so it absolutely enhances that as well.
Viking orgy.
Viking orgy.
For me, obviously. You guys didn't do anything.
So, so for the runes, as far as that system works, is it just like things that would enhance us? That
Can be.
Yeah,
It's not truly defined.
yeah. It's
okay.
it starts with the definitions of the runes and the meanings, but then it goes far beyond that. So, the more times you stack the same rune, the more powerful the effect becomes. So when Ruby did that single rune effect, it can only have a slight effect if it's successful.
All right.
And because magic is not truly awake in the world yet, because the Fimbulwinter has not, the third Fimbulwinter hasn't passed yet, magic is not fully awake in the world, so it will become stronger throughout the course of this session.
Excellent. Before we do go, then I just want to use a rune for wealth and journey,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of like find a moment before we go to like meditate a little bit and just like channel that and like speak to Freya, speak to Loki, and just wish us wealth and journey. With safe travels.
Awesome. Awesome. This might be a good use for a group ritual. Anybody that has the rituals skill can join in and help reduce the difficulty.
I do
Okay.
have one.
I'm
So-
definitely in. I'll even lead if you want.
Perfect. Yeah, I have 1d10 plus 5 for that.
Okay. Yeah. If Anska leads, Anska has access to 6 runes, if I remember right.
12.
Well, yeah, 6 at a time
Right.
for a spell. So yeah, you could do like if you wanted to split it up the way Egil was going to, you could do 3 and 3.
Yeah, I actually have battle as well, if that does interest you. But
What can I use?
but I have wealth, battle, and journey.
Add daggers to that, so we'll do health and journey, 2, and the other 2 is
Okay, so two wealth, 2 journey, and 2 protection.
one time. One time.
I think I'm missing a bit of your speech still. Sorry, having you change that setting might have not made it.
One more time.
Okay. So it's what were the actual runes? It's Degaz. What's the one for wealth? That's
That's fee.
B. Okay.
Yep. Fee and ride are for wealth and journey.
Okay. So does Anska have and ride?
I have ride.
Okay.
No, I have daggers. But I do also have. I don't have any of the travels.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Well, in that case, maybe it should be separate rituals.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Hold it.
You guys have the gamut covered as far as runes, but I don't think there's a terrible amount of overlap,
No.
which is
I don't
fun,
have
but
any of them.
Yeah.
yeah.
More space for fun.
Well, they're doing their magic voodoo judo. I'm gonna just stand next to them threateningly with my hatchets in case anybody gets close.
Ah.
Just like let them do their stuff.
Yeah, with all
So
the people bouncing around, all the horny people bouncing around.
Yeah.
Probably a good
Just
idea to
like-
guard them.
Yeah, I'm just calling out to them to make sure they don't go anywhere. Like, come on, I'm the interesting one.
So I unfortunately rolled a 3, but that's 3 plus 5, I believe, for
Yeah,
rituals.
that sounds right.
So that's an 8.
And the difficulty for 2 runes is 9 normally.
Ooh,
But you can reduce that difficulty if you make a rhyming chant to go along with your spell.
excellent. Yes, I
That
shall do
reduces the
that.
difficulty by 3. That would put it at a success.
I would love to do that.
So if you want to come up with one... Sorry, got a piece of dust in my throat. If you want to come up with one while Anska is making their spell, we can come back to you unless you are amazingly fast on your...
Yeah, actually,
Nice.
So they'll say, Wuffin journey, we're in a hurry. Wuffin journey, we're in a hurry. Wuffin journey, we're here to stay and go. Let us go, let us go. Uh, shoot, my improv skills died. Because you can't.
Your goring chants were big in the time.
Yeah, you know what? Let's nix that. Go on, do yours, and I'll think of something better.
Cool. Okay.
All right. So I will do thorn, ash, soul, and daggers.
Okay.
That's going to be thorn's active defense, ash's wisdom, soul's warm weather, and daggers time.
Okay.
Make this as long as possible.
Okay, so you're gonna do like time multiple times?
Yeah.
Okay. To extend the effect. So maxing out that would be 6 runes, 3 of them being time. Difficulty 21. Okay. How do you want to reduce that? I think 21 is just
I'm going to
one beyond what you can pull off.
be able to do some and do 2 points of bloodletting. Down to a 19. I should
Require you to roll a 9.
let's do 4.
Okay.
I got big, strong people to protect me.
Oh yeah, you're definitely not gonna get hurt by anybody else here. They want to see you.
10.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Awesome. Okay. So
Okay.
that is slight protection.
Nice.
What were the other 2 things?
Wisdom, and warm weather.
Yeah, warmth. And that is let's see, per hour, a day, a week. I think that's the way time goes.
I think so.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's something to remember if anything's ever going wrong and protection, wisdom, or warmth can save you. Everybody will get a +1 on that.
So I came up with something, and it's only like slightly innuendo-ish.
Let's hear it.
So wealth for our health, journey for our feet, we'll come back with delicious meat.
Awesome.
What is that meat? Guess you're gonna have to find out.
Yep. Be here in the
Many
long
kinds
haul.
of meat.
Come back and you'll see what kind of
So
Okay.
yeah, that is the ritual chant that they do.
Awesome. So that brings the difficulty down by 3. If I remember.
Yep. And then I pass.
Fantastic. And what was the effect on that?
So that
Travel?
was for travel and wealth.
Okay. And those will affect one time when they are next.
Mhm.
Okay. Great. Yeah, you all feel energized, warmed, feel like you've got luck on your side, you've got the gods on your side, and you feel like you're ready to go. And about that time, you notice that most everybody here has passed out. There are a few people left, including the oldest mystic that's still alive. And she comes over. Her name, Bridget, and ushers you out of the hall and commends you on the wisdom of your action that you took prior to leaving. That bringing your clan great honor.
I am
Make people
99%.
horny.
Great horny honor.
Yeah. I'm 99% certain that's the only wise decision we will make.
I mean, we're also Vikings, so like horns come with. Clearly, this is what that means.
Okay. It is a warm morning for late in the year. You can see that the forest path that you've traveled many times is clear and ready for you. Does anyone want to take a horse or any other kind of pack animal with them?
I would like a horse.
Yeah,
Horse is a really good idea.
Horses?
horse is
Yeah.
smart.
Also gonna bring Thoka because I would probably be anxious without her.
Okay.
It is my Norwegian forest cat. I don't remember what the old name is.
Is anyone not taking a like doubling up or anything like
Mm-mm.
Think
Yeah.
anyone would want me on their horse.
Keep
You
your
can sit
battle
on
axe.
mine if you want.
Look at
No, thank you. I'll take my own.
Of course you do.
look at my horse. My horse is amazing.
And who wants a fur mantle?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay.
my delicate ass needs it.
Does anybody not take
Your
a
ass
fur
is
mantle?
delicate.
Ask my husband.
It's because of their husband.
Ooh.
I already have a hide vest, so like, I'm all good.
All right, and they give each of you 2 rations for the journey. That's 2 days worth of food, 4 days if you stretched them. They assume that you'll be able to procure more food, travel.
I hope.
This should
That is the
give you
hope.
a start.
Well then.
That's it for us. So.
Right. And yep, Anska has their cat, and nobody else really has anything they need to grab from home. So journey begins. I think we should probably, since hunting is on the docket, we should probably make some kind of a hunting check to see what the situation is like, considering the crops are failing, which means that the numbers of animals are probably dwindling as well. So, who has tools for hunting? A bow would work.
I have a bow.
Okay.
Can
I
you hunt
mean,
by
I'm a
throwing
good
an axe?
shot.
Yeah, you could probably hunt by throwing an axe. You could probably hunt by throwing a dagger, but you'd have to get really close. I would
Yeah.
say the bow is probably your best bet. Do you who has the bow?
I do.
Okay. Can you make 2 10-sided dice rolls and take the lower of the 2? That's it's not this it's not like a normal skill check. This is a profession check.
Woof.
I got a 3.
Okay. All right. But a 3 is not terrible. So that comes out to, let's see, the equivalent of, for the 4 of you, another 2 days worth of. So let's see, what would be appropriate? Probably like a young elk.
That would be perfect.
Okay. So
And tasty.
yep. So a day into the journey, you're able to take down a young elk. That to help extend everyone's rations by 2 days.
Excellent.
Right. Does anyone have any of the survival skills like naturalism or lore or anything like
Lore.
that? Okay. Lore
Herbalism.
I don't know.
herbalism's
Yep.
really good. So you could
Yeah.
use herbalism to forage as well to help extend your food.
Yeah.
Would a lore check let me be able to like rack my brain for what this area would be most prominent for, or what kind of animals and terrain we could expect?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I was
Excellent.
about to ask the same.
yeah, I
Excellent.
was
It
thinking
was about
potentially you could also use it to possibly locate a story about something supernatural that you could go
Oh yeah,
investigate to
To
let's
do that.
let's ghost hunt.
Yeah.
I was wondering if
Oh
alertness
hell yeah.
would help in some way.
That would be a 14.
Okay.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm gonna write that down and I will get back to you on that after we do the herbalism check.
Yeah.
And because I need to, I want to make sure that I've got something awesome. So herbalism does count as a profession. So if you have a basic skill in herbalism, you roll 1 10-sided die. If you have it mastered, you roll 2 10-sided die and take the higher.
I got a 7.
Awesome. Okay.
I've got an 8 plus 4, so that's 12 on my end.
You've got herbalism as well?
Yep.
Okay. Well, this one you don't add anything to. Because we're making a profession check. But that means that 2 of you have just been able to extend the journey by an additional 8 days. From your
Nice.
So you can decide what you find, what you're able to forage up. and we're going to take a quick break while I figure out what very awesome thing Egil's lore check has found. What story?
When I crit, I crit.
Nice.
And what story they will be following up. We will be back in. welcome back. Thank you for sticking around. We are back with more Warrior Rogue Mage Viking Edition with Patreon supporters, and are about to tackle this exceptional. Got my notes. This exceptional critical from Egil, who has some lore to share with the group as far as something they've found. So while I think, if I remember right, it was Anska and Ruby were foraging, and during that time, Egil was telling Estrid about a story about three worms that they had heard as a child, and the reason that their mind was sort of tripped up by it was because they think they have located one of the three worms from the story. So Egil have scooped up a tiny, hairy little worm, sitting on a tree log in an extremely unassuming way, and you recognized that it had a rune on its back, had the Fee rune on its back, and
excellent.
and when you picked it up, it looked you directly in the eyes, and that's when you knew for sure this was one of the worms of the story. According to the lore that you have picked up over your many years of travels, there are three worms of the wilderness that have been having arguments with one another since the beginning of time. And if anyone is to bring those three worms together and convince them to live in harmony with each other, even for a mere moment, then something truly magical would happen. Just so funny that you mentioned Labyrinth. That's actually part of where I got the idea from.
I love it.
That's a Labyrinth book.
I'm waiting for the fireworm to attack.
That's when the Fireworm
See,
Nation
the thing
attacks.
is, I wasn't sure what worm you were talking about because this is,
Yeah.
fantasy.
Yep.
It could be WURM. I'm like, I just picked up a giant, like, scary worm.
Nope.
But
You have picked up a
okay.
tiny little caterpillar.
Aww.
And
Come in, meet the missus.
exactly. And it looks into your eyes, and at that point you don't realize you're like not entirely sure that you didn't just imagine that story after it looked into your eyes, or whether you've heard that story since you were a kid. You literally can't tell. But you know for a fact that this is the worm.
Excellent.
I just say it's probably Loki.
Just gonna, have a little worm on my shoulder.
Yeah. Never too late to start a bug collection.
Don't pin.
You have your cat companion, I have this wealthy worm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you found this one on a dead branch, you know that the others are contrary to it. So that might give you a starting point as to where to look for the others.
Excellent.
What does contrary mean again?
It means
The opposite.
kind of like
Or
opposite,
like-
yeah.
Okay, good.
Because they argue all the time, they like different things. So yeah.
They're like me and Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
One's more of a summer, one's more of a winter, the other one just wants the fall.
I mean, you're the one who's mad at me. I'm just existing.
You're existing annoyingly.
You're just jealous.
Why
And
must
you're a spoiled brat.
you exist so loud? Right. Yeah, so Anska and Ruby come back with their uh, bushel of what is it that you picked up while you were in the forest?
Knowing Ruby, I probably would focus on berries and edible flowers or leaves that would hold sustenance.
Yeah,
Very
probably the same thing.
okay.
So
I'm
mushrooms.
honestly shocked. Ah, there it is.
I was
Very
expecting Ruby to do that.
Yep. I was about to say, there's nothing phallic.
Oh, what was the phallic item?
Mushrooms.
Oh, okay, okay. Yes.
Is it one of those juicy ones you see on TikTok?
Yes.
Well, I'm not on TikTok, so you've got me lost
I was
there.
gonna say you're gonna need to send me a link later because I'm not aware of
Oh. Hmm.
it.
It feels illegal.
Yeah,
We can steal the mushroom tip later.
it's a good foraging plate. That's all that matters.
Who found the cheese plate in the forest?
Weird placement.
Charcuterie board. Just randomly.
Yeah.
A wild cheese plate.
Is there anything else you want to do before you move on? And in what particular, where do you want to try to go next? Right now, you're
think-
about a day into the forest. Don't have any particular path laid out ahead of you.
I think
Well,
probably towards whichever direction one of the other worms is.
yeah, I have like alertness at
Oh,
basic level, and I
this is
wanted
where
to
I
like
shine.
I wanted to like know if I could like look for tracks or like maybe wildlife or something to hunt or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Could one of you ask the gods about which path to take?
Maybe a prayer.
Divination.
Yeah.
So yeah, determine what effect level of prayer you want to get, and that will determine the difficulty.
Um. I want to repeat Ash 3 times.
Oh, so you're gonna do a spell rather than a prayer?
Well, is divination a prayer? Or I thought it was a spell.
So there are prayers, rituals, and runic spells. They're all
Okay.
separate. And then divination is its own thing as well. So actually, now that you mentioned divination, you have an ability that you could use. You have a piece of something, and your divination can guide you where you can find other pieces of things, provided you have at least one piece.
Which would be 3 worms.
Nice.
Um, let's.
What is the
I'm gonna say normally that starts at difficulty 9. I'm gonna say because this is like sort of an epic level thing. This is going to be difficulty 15.
Oof.
That
Oof.
a 15 will get you well, let's say a 13 or sorry, a 12 will get you information to pull you toward the next worm. A 15 might give you all the information you need to find both.
Give us a quest marker.
okay.
Yeah, because
It's a mini map.
oh,
There's one.
What's that?
oof.
Rolled a 3,
That-
but with my
3?
modifier it's 21, right?
A 3 plus 10 would be 13.
13. And I
That's
have a +8. Does that apply?
you're doing rituals, right? Oh, you're doing sorry,
Divination.
yeah, divination. Yeah, so 3 plus 8 is 11. Okay, so that puts you one shy. So I think that will get you that you're getting a pull that's trying to pull you underground. But as soon as you're holding the worm out in front of you and it pulls you down toward the ground, as soon as the back of your hand touches the ground, your divination, your mind gets cloudy, and you're no longer able to define its location. But you do know for sure that it's underground. Since you were one off.
We know of any caves nearby?
Well, that's one of them is underground, but we know, well, Ego would know that one is opposite of where the current one was found, and there's 3. So,
Well, the first one you found was above ground, so this second one is at least contrary in that way.
ooh, you're right.
Yeah.
I was thinking across.
We might have to do a mountain trip.
We might. As above, so below.
Okay. So split the group, and one group heads up the mountain, and the other one tries to find caves. Or you have
That's
another
gonna
idea?
end extremely well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
speeding powder always works.
Who wants to go with me?
I would say somebody that's probably pretty good at naturalism, even if you don't have the skill, you could try to use it untrained. Naturalism might get you some information to help find a cave. The mountain's not going to be hard to find.
Closest thing I have is lore. So I am
If you had
not
like
useful enough.
another storyteller around that might be able to help you, refresh some of the details,
Yeah.
or somebody
Can
you
I
could.
roll naturalism for funsies?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, what
I
do you?
just have no modifier bonus, right?
Well, you still get your sage bonus.
Okay.
And what are you looking for in particular, so I can figure out the difficulty?
So I think when I was scanning things around earlier, when I was recalling like the lore, I'm seeing if I can remember there being any caves around.
Uh, does alertness work
Oh,
kind of like perception or something?
Yeah,
Ooh, nice.
alertness is good for things that are in the real world, and awareness is better for things that are for finding things that are magical. That are
so
I
I
have both.
I rolled a 9.
awesome. So that's
Nice.
a total of 13.
I believe so. Yeah.
Good, because I was thinking 15 minus 2 for the fact that you're the person with the lore. So
Yeah.
that's dead on what I was hoping for. So
Excellent. Yeah, I rolled a 9 on the lore, 9 on this. I'm doing good.
nice. And where you're looking for a cave?
Yep.
Okay. Who are you taking with you?
Um, let's see.
I do not want to leave the sisters together. That just sounds bad.
Mm.
That's a tough one. Um,
Who are
Wh-
you leaving with me?
What's going on? My Wi-Fi went out for a quick second, so I have no clue what's happening.
let's
um,
see.
Egil has used their lore and what they know about naturalism to help sniff out a cave that they think that one of the worms might be in. Um, and they think the other worm is up the mountain that's opposite. Basically, you're now able to sort of draw a triangle on your map, and you have a pretty solid idea of where the 3 worms are. One's on top of a mountain, one is underground, and the other was on that dead tree.
Yep. So,
So we're trying to decide if we're going to split the party, and if so, who is going with who.
I want at least, if we're splitting the party, I want at least one warrior, and we got 2.
Right. Okay.
That way the
So,
sisters should not be left alone, so this works.
exactly.
That's smart. Yeah.
So, do we
However-
want to split the party?
If I leave Ruby, our parents are going to kill me.
Well, if Ruby doesn't come back, we need to know what happens in the interim.
She gets into trouble all the time.
Fine. I'll be fine.
So, does someone want to make a little pact with Estrid to protect Ruby?
I can protect myself. I'm a warrior, for God's sake.
I don't know.
I'll protect the world from Ruby. How about that?
That sounds perfect.
You can try.
Does that sound like something Estrid would agree to?
Yes.
Okay.
As long as somebody keeps her from getting in trouble.
Okay, great.
Love to see
They
it.
can certainly try.
So, Ruby and Anska are going up the mountain?
Hell yeah. Because Eagle would freeze their nips off if they went up the mountains, apparently.
I've never
Wait.
been afraid of.
Look,
What kind of a weak Viking is afraid of the cold?
maybe I'm wearing the armor that Morningstar has on, and that's why secretly that's like all my chainmail is like that simple like
Sexy armor.
yeah, the simple sexy armor.
Simple, sexy
I'm a
armor.
rogue. I don't need clunky armor. The least amount of clothing, the better.
Well, I'll be
You
fine
should
on
be
the
used to the
mountain.
cold.
That is
The
true.
cold never bothered me anyway.
Nice. You knew it. You knew it had to come out.
It
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think let's focus on the underground one first. At least to start with, and how far Gil and Estrid can make it.
Excellent.
So I think because of your excellent roll a moment ago, not only have a bead on where this cave system might be, but you're able to make it there without running into any trouble. And when you get to the entrance, it is nightfall, and you can see that there are remnants of a fire inside the cave. Looks like it's at least been out during the previous day, but it may have been lit earlier that day.
Okay. Um okay, so I can't really tell if there's like it looks like pretty normal, like it's nothing too out there that strikes me as popping out.
You would the only thing that's like slightly abnormal about it, I wouldn't even say abnormal. It looks like it's a fire sort of built for 3 people, maybe.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it's just a lone person that had set it. And it doesn't look like there's any kind of debris or anything around either. So they're either burning all their trash or they're not making.
That makes sense. Can I tell like how old the fire has been there for? Or like how
Yeah. If you're willing to dig it up and look at it, I would say you
Mhm.
could make a naturalism check on that.
Yeah, I'll do that just for fun.
That'd be a difficulty 11.
Ah, well good because I rolled a 10.
Awesome. Okay. Definitely.
And that's without the bonuses.
Yeah, I figured that's what you meant. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely built for at least 3 people. It looks like they've all been seated on the same side of the fire. It seems like this fire has been, or this fire pit has been in more or less consistent use for 4 years.
Okay.
And it definitely
So
was recently. Well,
okay, so I'm gonna turn to Astrid and like I'm rummaging my hand through the fire and looking at the logs and just kind of like looking everything else, and I'm just like, we may run into people here. This fire is consistent, and if you can tell on the seats over there, there are serious butt prints. So everybody has their dedicated spot. Um, so we might run into people here. I'm not sure if they go foraging in the caves, but we might find something.
yeah. Uh, any preparations you want to make? Do you want to explore the cave or wait until morning?
Um, how long do runes last?
Um, the travel wisdom and or
I
sorry,
have
the protection wisdom and warmth one lasts for a week, and the travel and wealth one that you used before hasn't been activated yet, so it will
okay.
activate when you need it.
All right, I want to also activate battle for tier.
Okay,
Um,
want to do that?
so for that, that's just 1d10.
Do you have how many levels of sage do you have?
I have 3.
So you could do tier 3 times. I don't think you have the one for time, do you?
No.
Okay. So you could do tier 3 times, and that would go slight, noticeable, and can't remember what level 3 is, but um, yeah,
Yeah.
that would be a more powerful version. The difficulty would be 12, though.
All right. So I rolled a 6, and what was the bonus from that I get?
Rituals, it should be your
Rituals. Oh, 11.
okay.
And you said the DC was 12?
12. So you need to reduce it by 1. You could do a point of bloodletting,
Yeah,
or
I'll do
okay,
that.
all right. Just reduce your health by 1.
Sounds good.
As for whether we go now or wait, it's gonna be dark either way,
Yeah,
so it doesn't matter.
and
Do you
that was
want to?
sorry for the runes. That was tier.
Mhm.
And what if was the effect you were looking for?
Battle. So then if we do run into anything, we got buff.
I'm the buff.
Exactly. We just got that bonus.
Just stacking buff.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
So, do you want to keep going forward or do you want to rest? I'm game for whichever. I turn to Astrid and ask.
I say we keep going.
Sounds good to me.
I do not like to sit idle.
Same. I can lurk in the shadows for only so long.
So does that put Estrid at the front for this?
Yes, please.
Yep.
Okay.
How big is the cave?
Uh,
Can we bring the horses or should we tie them outside?
they spook too easily in the dark, so
Yes.
yeah, they'd probably
Plus
be
the
best
echoes of the
outside.
hooves.
Mm.
Echo.
Oh, that's gonna be annoying.
Yeah, we can let's walk like quarter mile out, time up, and then come back. I don't want
Sounds
anybody
good.
knowing that we're here,
Okay.
but not too far where we can't escape.
Okay.
Smart.
Let's
Exactly how I would have done it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So since that's going to take you about an hour to get ready, we'll skip over Anska and see how well they're making the trip up the mountain. So the two of
Gods be with you.
the two of you make it to the base of the mountain just as night starts to fall, similarly to how the other two made it to the cave, and find sort of the last bit of flat ground here if you were to bed down for the night, or if you want to continue up the mountain.
I do have to say, like, we are supposed to look for food and we're now looking for worms.
Well, you guys did a pretty fantastic job of looking for food, so yeah, that's not going to be a problem. Almost definitely.
I guess.
Rest of your...
I actually have a question. Who did I tell the story about the worms to again?
Should.
It was
Me.
Estrid?
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys don't know what you're looking for.
Well, I assume you've had some time to when they came back.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, okay, good. All right, cool.
Like, Ruby probably had like half listened and was like, why do we have to look for worms? What the fuck do they want to do? Is it fish?
Now, if you
And
find
then I
out,
like show them the actual fuzzy worm.
yeah. Now, if you find out any new information, yeah, they aren't gonna do it. But yeah, for now, you're know what each other knows more or less.
Hmm.
So
I'm going to make an awareness check to see if there's anything out of the ordinary on the mystical side.
sure, yeah, that sounds good. So do you want to do that over a number of hours, sort of, or do you just want to get a quick look? Like, what's the idea? Is this
I think
make sure the
think,
area is safe?
I think after making sure the area is safe, I'll do more of fencing to try and get a good grasp of what's around us.
Okay,
I guess
I'm
continuing with the awareness.
yeah, I'm missing part of what you're saying, I think, but it sounds like you're checking out the area at the base of the mountain and kind of trying to get an idea of if there's anything dangerous there. Okay. And then with the idea being that you would probably, if it's safe, bed down there. Okay. Yeah, we'll say difficulty 9 then.
Okay. Awareness. Actually, I don't know if I have to roll, but I rolled anyways.
Okay.
I got a 16.
Okay, yeah. So you're definitely seeing aspects of this mountain that mystically coincide with what you would expect based on the story that Egil told you. So you think you're in the right place, and you're not seeing anything that seems particularly dangerous or troublesome.
Then I say we sleep because Fuka will wake me up if anything else.
Yep. Okay, awesome. Anything Ruby wants to do before you all bed down for the night?
I wanted to climb up a little bit. I have athletic.
Okay.
And I want to probably find a perch to sleep on. Like, I'm not sleeping next to you.
Okay. So yeah, that sounds good. I don't think you need to make an athletics check. Do you have alertness though?
I do have alertness, yes.
Yeah, do you want to
Basic as well.
Yeah, do you want to do some kind of like a watch kind of thing where you watch the area while Anska sleeps, something like that?
Not. Could be fun.
Okay. Yeah, then make an alertness check. Difficulty 9.
Well, that's 11 total.
Okay, awesome. You are able to scare off all the little things that might be a threat in the worst possible case, but them and you're able to toss rocks at them to scare them off. Little foxes, things like that, to keep them from sneaking anything away from Anska's campsite. All right.
My hero.
we'll cut back to
You're sleeping. You don't get to see that.
Eagle and Estrid, as they have decided not to, going to go straight into the cave. You have finished tying
Sleep
off.
is for the weak.
Yeah. Finished tying off your horses a decent distance away from cave entrance, and you are ready to.
Excellent.
Do either of you have any way of making light?
Yes, I do.
Good, because I only have a rope.
I have candles.
Oh, good. Oh, you got
Candles
an
rope, it's a
adventurer's
party.
kit, didn't you?
Yes, I
Nice.
did.
Awesome. Yeah, those. Let's see. Does it say how many candles that has?
4.
Okay. So, if you're the only one carrying one, then yeah, that should last you about 4 hours. So.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
That is more than enough time to do a thorough search of this small cave system. So let's have, since Estrid is going to be leading, Estrid, do you have athletics?
I do.
Okay, can you make an athletics check? Are you wearing any armor?
Yes, I have a leather vest.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a difficult word.
Leather's not going to be too, it's not going to slow you down too much, so. Alright, yeah, you can make that check.
Ooh.
Difficulty 9.
10.
Nice.
Ooh. I rolled a 3. So.
I think my headphones are acting up. Okay. I couldn't hear anything you were saying there for a moment. Estrid? Okay. I missed whatever you said over about the last 20 seconds or so. Okay. Okay. All right. So I think that means that you're not getting turned around or anything. It's pretty, there are a few little paths that lead off in different directions, but it's not going to be too hard for you to find your way through. However, I think you do get stuck in one of the small areas of the cave. You can hear water on the other side of a small opening, and try to wiggle your way in. Gets your leather armor gets stuck. Um, um, yeah, so I think if Gil, if you were to help Estrid out of their armor and leave the armor behind, um, then you could make it in. Yeah, you have to wear. There's padding and things like that, layers underneath your armor, so you're not naked, unless you want to be naked. Estrid searching for the worm. All right, so yep, you leave your armor up a level, and the two of you are able to slide down into this watery chamber. You're standing on what looks like a place where water runs off down into this cave, but the hole that you came through was dry. Not a dirty hole particularly, because it gets washed regularly. Dry, clean hole. And yep, the two of you are able to get good footing, um, and you hold out your candle to see as far as you can see. and it doesn't even clear the water. You can see about 10 feet out, and it's just water as far as you can. Well, it's wet once you get in there, but the hole itself was dry. Yeah. Yeah. What kind of armor are you wearing, Egil? Yeah. I'm gonna say because you're smaller, you were able to get your leather through, but if you want to leave it in the safe place up there, feel free. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it looks like someone's going to have to go for a swim. What are bee legs? Okay. Are both of you going? Okay. It's yeah. I was gonna base that off of an athletics roll. And because it's probably cold and you have the warmth rune on you right now, they give you a -1 to that, so it's gonna be difficulty 11. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Actually, I was gonna reduce that by one more because you aren't wearing armor now. But yes, it's still a success. Awesome. Um, oh, okay. We've had this problem before. Yeah. Having to remove Discord from the output capture. We add it. Testing, testing. That didn't. That did not appear to work either. Test, test. Nothing is coming through. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna. Sorry, everyone. Just a moment. Still trying to see what we can do to correct this. You guys are missing out on so many awesome jokes. So dirty. Nice. Helptron Fairy, sorry, I'm still working on getting the audio working. I'm sorry. Yep. There.
That I dyed them black once and nobody
Testing.
noticed.
Okay. I think we have audio.
Oh man.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay!
It
Is audio
exists.
working? Please tell us.
Yes.
We need to know if you can hear our beautiful, beautiful voices
Or if you could
Yes.
just hear us at all.
Yeah.
and terrible jokes.
Innuendos. So
Innuendos.
So many.
I
No,
mean, at this
we were
point,
actually talking about hair color.
Hair color. Yep.
No, my partner's hair is like blonde.
Yay!
So you know, I'm
Aw.
jealous.
All right.
They can hear me apparently.
Yep. Now I think they can. I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
let's do it. Yeah, I think they can hear everybody. Awesome. Okay, great.
Yay, good.
Success.
Yay!
I'm
So
so
where
sorry
were we?
about that. We've had so many OBS audio issues lately. Yeah, I have some fixing to do. But we are back, and I think where we stopped was that
I was swimming in a wet
Estrid,
hole.
yeah, Estrid went for a armorless dive into depths to see with an athletics check to see if they could find some dry land or anything else while they're swimming around in that cave where they expect to find the worm. And they got a success, a pretty fantastic one at that. And because they succeeded, we're going to go back to the other group. So, Anska and Ruby, awake at or near dawn, are able to journey if you like.
So far, I'm like perched above Enska. So like, I'm above. I'm above her, looking at her sleep, and I'm like, fucking wake up.
That's not creepy at all.
Throw a rock at her.
Sounds about right.
I'm going to start my day with a prayer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Can Ruby suppress the urge to toss a rock at praying Anska?
Not while she's praying, yeah. I just threw it for her to wake up.
All right. So after morning prayers, the two of you are able to make your way up the mountain.
Yeah.
When you get to the top, you evidence that this area has been used in the past as an altar. However, it looks like it is significantly weathered, and it hasn't got probably a lot of use in a few generations. But no bushes or other vegetation have grown up. Massive marble stone that was an altar at some point in the past. Anska has the scribe skill because, because they have the scribe skill, and you are able to decipher the runes on the altar if you'd like.
Totally.
Okay. Only a couple generations old. I'm gonna say that's difficulty 9.
Cool. I rolled 7 plus 8, so 15.
Nice. Okay. Um, this altar is dedicated to Heimdall. So you think this might be a waypoint that is used to travel.
Interesting.
And because of that, you are able to take what you know about Heimdall and some places where that have been overgrown, that beacons of sort would be lit, and there are 3 that form a triangular pattern.
Oh.
I'm going to
One
look for
one
that fucking worm.
one is at the peak, and another one is down near where you're at, and another one is down a couple of levels that you passed, not knowing what it was.
Are these a triangulation or wayward points?
They form a triangle around the altar at 3 different levels. One above, one at the same height, and one below. And you have a feeling that these are connected. What you're trying to do.
Then I'm gonna go light them.
Okay. You want to do that with a spell? Do you have flint and steel?
I'll do it with a spell because it's easier.
Okay. One rune or 2? I think either 2. I think either way, you're not in any danger of failing. So, what does that look like? How do you conjure the flame?
So I'm going to use 1 con, which is fire, and then soul for heat.
Okay.
So it burns through whatever resists the fire.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, you burn right through the vegetation and light the beacon, and it starts to smolder. You can tell there's some source of magic there, because once your fire touches it, it stays lit even without you concentrating.
Wonderful. Until Gondor.
And Estrid, or no, sorry, Ruby.
Ruby.
Can you make an alertness check? Difficulty
My
9.
alertness is what did it plus 5? 7.
Is that
11.
with the bonuses?
With the bonus. Yeah.
Okay. Do either of you have awareness?
I do.
Okay, can you roll that difficulty 11? Now we'll make it 9.
I rolled an 11.
Okay, awesome. You sense a presence and hear the sound of something heavy slithering through the top part of the mountain. And it does not catch you completely off guard.
Wonderful.
At the same
Yeah, the worm is actually the opposite by being just gigantic.
Yep. At the
Hang
same
on there.
at the same time, Estrid, who is swimming around in the water, can make a alertness check. Difficulty 11.
See. The dice bot is arguing with me. Yeah, it won't let me roll.
Try refreshing the page.
There. That would be a 10.
Okay, so this one does catch you off guard. And that kind of makes sense because you are swimming and it is in the water. You? So
Oh, hell no.
so it is going to use your off guard to as its difficulty attack you, and then we're going.
Ooh, lovely.
Um,
It's my time to shine.
I assume that Estrid, your off guard is not 10 or higher. Sorry, it's dodge / off guard. So,
That is 12.
your dodge is 12, so your off guard should
Yeah.
be 6. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. So it hits you. Luckily for you, it only does 4 points of damage. You want to check that against your wound threshold, but I'm pretty sure that's much lower than your threshold.
You believe so?
Wound threshold is probably 10. That in there.
It is 10, yeah.
Okay. So what that means is that it's not. This isn't a horrible wound to you. It's mostly superficial. So you just reduce your health by 4, and you'll want to get that looked at later to make sure that you don't get infected. But it bites your leg with sort of an exploratory bite, and then you feel it let go and wiggle between your legs, and then submerge itself into the depths as you're bleeding into the water a little bit now. And Anska and Ruby, you were not caught off guard, so everybody can roll initiative. That should be listed on your character.
I rolled a 9.
Is that with your bonus?
Same, 9 with my bonus.
8 with my bonus.
19.
Wow.
More.
No, that's wrong. I can't do math. 14.
14? Okay.
14.
Still impressive.
Yeah.
And that one's gonna get higher as we go.
Yeah, yeah.
I have fast strike and
Me
berserker.
too! Me too.
I have fast strike and berserker, which means that I only get stronger and faster as the fight goes on.
Nice.
Oh. The one that just bit, Estrid has terrible initiative.
Nice.
Good.
The other one has pretty. So. Okay. The top of the initiative is Estrid, so you are able to take your action. This thing has already slithered away from you, so you're gonna have to locate it, be able to something about it, or maybe you just want to get out of the water.
I would like to get the fuck out of the water as fast as I can.
Athletics check, difficulty 11.
I'm glad I didn't step into the water.
This freaking dice bot.
I feel like every time you guys have failed a roll, it's literally been by one. Like
Yeah.
almost every time.
I forgot also, I have Jack of all trades.
Ooh, that's a fun one. Yeah, once per scene you can use a skill as if you had it even at basic.
Mm-hmm.
That is 7, 8, 9, 11.
That's exactly what you needed.
Oh my god.
So, yep, just as you feel scales come up under your feet, and that it kind of pushes you upward and gives you the boost you need to get out of the water. And yeah, you see the tail flick upward and see razor sharp barbs on the end of its tail, and they flick up and just barely miss as you climb out onto a large rock. Now you are separated from Hill.
Are they in a...
They do have the battle rune, right? Active.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
so that was your action, Estrid. Now it is the snake on top of the mountain. So, you hear, Anska, you hear rumbling and the sound of sort of large snake scales scrubbing against the ground, and then you see a snake sort of rocket up out of the bushes over your head, and it takes to the air and starts flying around the top of the mountain.
Wonderful.
And it, as soon as it takes to the air, it looks around and it dives at you with its mouth open. Got like a goblin shark. It's got like the rounded rows of teeth, and so it comes down and sort of tries to rasp you with its open mouth.
I want to run forward.
It rolled a 12. What's your dodge?
That is 6.
It should be higher than that. Should be one number that's higher and then another number that's half.
My chart is reading 6-3. I have 1 in warrior.
Oh, gotcha, and probably not very much in rogue either. Okay. All right. So it wow, another super lucky shot. While it does crash into you with its mouth, it doesn't really get a direct bite on you. Its raspy mouth grabs a hold of your shoulder and sort of rolls a little bit with it, and it leaves puncture wounds in your shoulder for 3 damage. But it doesn't really get a good bite on you. You feel like if it would have bit you, it probably would have pulled you up into the air with it.
Good to know.
And so as it punctures you and then it lets you go. Is 3 higher than your wound threshold?
My wound threshold is 4.
Oh, sweet. Okay, good. So again, superficial wound, more or less. You'll want to get it looked at later, but at least you're safe for now. Anska, you're the next to go.
Wonderful. Well, I think doing my elections, I would probably try and buff up Ruby. If she gets a hit, it's gonna hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Ooh, Haglas. Transformation.
Nice.
I'm gonna do 2 transformations.
Okay.
And going for wings on that one, and then also horn for defense.
Okay, so 3 runes total? 2 of one and 1 of the other? Do you want to enhance those with any time? Or just let her use them?
Ooh. But I'm action wonderful. Make 15. The one time transformation and horn.
I think, yeah, you're breaking up a pretty significant amount there. Might want to lean into them more.
Okay, so it's going to be horn for defense, 2 Haglas for wings, and 1 Dagas for time.
Okay. So for an hour, yeah, that should more than take care of you for a battle. Awesome. So 4 is way less than you can do. You can do up to 6. So that's going to reduce the difficulty by 1. So 4 plus 1, 5 times 3 is 15, minus 1. So your difficulty is 14.
And I hit 15. I hit 15.
Sweet. Okay. So yeah, you can describe what that looks like on Ruby.
I'm going to give scale-like wings that erupt from her back.
Okay. What do they look like? Are they what kind of creature wings?
The thought in my head is they're the scale, like basically dragon wings.
Dragon wings? Is that what you said?
Hell yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, so a pair of scaly wings. They because of, you know, how big and heavy and sturdy Ruby is, they don't look like they could carry her aloft for like a large amount of time. But if for some reason she was falling down the hill, she'd at least be able to control her descent. But yeah, and probably give her a little bit of lift to, you know, if she needs to like jump at something further. So awesome.
Nice. I look even more badass now.
Yeah. And Ruby, it's your turn.
Well, I'm going to smack the bitch with my battle axe, obviously. But I'd like to know, like, since my axe is technically a +2 artifact,
You
uh,
So yeah, you can choose what those bonuses are. In general, they can't be just like to attack or damage bonuses.
so
One sec.
like,
All right. I lost my train of thought there. You're
think about
attacking.
my axe being +2.
Yeah, so you can determine what it has. Usually those are like physical things, like it might have a hook on the end that helps you disarm people better, things like that. They usually give +1 bonuses for very specific things. So like you know,
So,
a hook for tripping
so
people.
Or it's like the special things in like the special notes section of the.
Yep.
Okay. So I can technically give a +1 damage, but like not
Um,
+2.
I would say since it's a level 2, you could do +1 damage as ability. It's got like a razor honed edge.
Yeah.
3 levels, a level 3 artifact, which you could increase it to if you spent 3 fate. You could increase that and give it easy criticals. Which is where if you roll a 5 or 6 on your damage roll, you get to re-roll and add it, adding as long as you roll 6s. So, but that's a level 3 bonus.
Yeah, I have a level 2, so like.
You have it at
I
level
guess
2 now, but you can spend fate to increase the level of your item.
I'll do that later because I have only 7 fates. So.
7 fate is the most anybody's ever had in this game, by the way.
Oh damn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like, never mind. I guess I could push that to like.
Each fate
Oh.
is an ability to save your character from dying 1 time, and you can be given fate as a good role playing reward. They're pretty common.
Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to spend 3, that would upgrade your axe to a level 3 artifact, and give it
Yeah.
a simple criticals, which is probably the single most powerful buff that a weapon can have.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So for the attack roll, its dodge is 11.
Okay.
Should not have much problem.
1d10 plus 8. Oof! Crit! It's a 10 plus 8.
Nice.
That's 18.
Nice.
So the way criticals work is they're actually on the damage die, not the attack roll, but that's freaking awesome. So yeah, you hit it, and I'm gonna say because you rolled a 10, well, we'll deal with it based on the damage roll. So, you get to roll the normal damage for a battle axe, which is 1d6 plus 3, and if you roll a 5 or a 6, you get to re-roll the die and add more damage.
It's a 3. 3 plus 3, so that's 6 total.
Awesome. 6 is not past its wound threshold, so it's cosmetic damage to it, but okay. You slash into its back. You get a much better look at it. It's green and brown, and it's scaly like a regular sort of earthbound serpent. And it doesn't have anything like the barbs and stuff that Estrid was seeing over where they're at.
Snakes are edible, right?
What's that?
Snakes are edible, right?
Most of them, yeah.
Yeah, we can
Let's
keep that.
protection, wisdom, warmth. You have battle, that battle rune times 3. Do you want to add 3 damage to your attack?
Isn't that like just for Egil and Estrid, since they're the ones that did the battle rune?
I think this was the one that Anska just did for you.
Oh,
Gave you that well no no, you're right, I am getting confused. You're right, you got the wings.
yeah, I got wings.
Let's add 1 damage. Basically the wings carry you aloft, and when you come down with your axe, it does a little bit more damage.
Got it.
All right. Egil,
Yes.
it is your turn. You have a candle out, and you can see into the water a bit. You heard the splashing and whatever noises Estrid made as she
A lot
climbed
of
out of
curse words.
the water.
So many curses.
But you're not able to see anything just yet as
Right.
far as the creature.
Can I see where Estrid went?
You know where she is because of the sounds she's making, but your candle light does not reach.
Okay. And I hear things in the water, but I don't know exactly where it is.
Right.
Well, if I can hear where Estrid is, would I be able to do some rogue bullshit and try to get my way over to where she is? Like,
Uh,
use like in acrobatics or athletics, and just
uh,
by kind of go by instinct.
yeah, you'd kind of have to. Yeah, I would say that would probably be like a heroic level acrobatics. So that would be a difficulty 15. But I
I
think there are enough stones in the water and stuff, and you do have a bit of light.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I only have basic athletics, but it's fine.
Acrobatics is what I was thinking,
Acrobatics.
but you could do
Oh,
athletics.
I have both. That's good.
Nice.
Yeah, actually, I'd rather do acrobatics. That is
Let's
much
give
nicer.
you acrobatics and give you a +1 bonus for also having athletics.
Yep.
So
Oh
that
yeah,
low.
I'm definitely gonna need that. That I only got I only got like a 12. If I'm doing math right, 6 plus 7 plus 4. Yeah, that's a 12. So I'm doing some slipping.
Okay. So you're 3 below the difficulty. So I'm thinking you end up pretty close to the where Estrid is, but you are hanging off the edge of the rock with your feet dangling in the water. So
Okay.
basically, you hop from rock to rock and find your way across, but then that last jump is a bit much,
Yeah.
hanging by your hand. Okay.
Guess you got to swim.
I'm not swimming if I don't have to. I'm just gonna dangle for now.
Yeah. All right, and now it is your snake's turn. Um, and since you
Pack
are
your legs,
down
pack
there,
your legs.
um, you are effectively off guard because you're hanging.
Yeah.
So it hits. I assume your off guard is lower than 12.
Um, yeah. That'd be a 6 if that's what's on the right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's dodge slash
My
off guard.
dodge is great at
12,
11.
11, nice. Okay. Again, you're pretty lucky. It bites you with its jaws. It gets you in the leg for 4 damage. Um, and it wrenches downward on you and tries to tear you off into the water. I'm gonna say do a reflexive athletics and see if
Okay.
it's able to get you off the.
Okay.
It's gonna be difficulty 9.
Oh, good, because I got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Sweet. So it tears downward on your leg, leaving a little bit of a bloody wound behind. Um,
Mhm.
but it lets you go before it's able to drag you into the water. You got a decent look at it, and this thing looks like it's not alive.
Mm.
Its face was all skeletal and sunken in, very little scales left on it.
After seeing that, I'm probably gonna shout over to Esther and be like, "We got some undead shit going on here."
All right.
This is not in my job description.
Go back to the top of the initiative. It's Estrid.
Just wanted to remind before we forget, with Fast Strike, it's a +2 to initiative, and also with Berserker, it's a +2 to my damage.
After
I
you take
guess.
damage, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, so you didn't attack it last turn, so Fast Strikes doesn't affect you right now. But you did take damage last turn, so you can go into a Berserker Rage as a free action if you'd like, and that will give you +2 damage for your warrior number of turns. So that would, I think, got a 6 warrior? 5 or 6?
Good.
Sorry?
I was asking. It's Estrid.
Yeah, I do not have Berserker, so
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gotcha.
I'm the one.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
yeah.
That's all right. It's yeah, Estrid's turn.
Yes, I was gonna see if I could use intimidation to make the snake go for me.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think you could probably but until you're gonna have a really hard time with that until Egil is not dangling in the water. So if you want to make yourself a target, the easiest way would probably be to help Egil out of danger.
Yep, I'd like that too.
How far away from me is
Not
Elliot?
not far at all. Probably a few feet away from where you hold yourself up.
Can I reach him?
Mm-hmm.
At them?
Yeah, yeah. So that would use your athletics because they also have athletics. I'll give you a +1. And if you have any other skills, you can always let me know if you have other skills that you might be helpful. I'll give you extra bonuses.
I don't think so.
Yeah, athletics tends
I
to
mean,
be.
I could punch them in the face.
No, thank you. That won't help.
Give him a punch and then pull him up.
With my
Oh,
can I do like kind of like a little bonus
18.
buff having well, okay, never mind.
What'd you roll?
18. I rolled a 10.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, they grab you by the back of your armor and just pull you right up onto the thing and set you down on the rock.
Yep.
What were
Yeah.
you thinking about doing, Egil?
I was like, is there anything like athletic, like acrobatic wise? If I trip and fall, would I be able to just like react,
Yep,
bounce?
yep. Yep, that could have worked.
Yeah.
All right.
I am strong. You. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it bit me in my leg where I don't have any armor.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that reminds me. Anska, were you wearing any armor on your shoulder? No? Okay. So far, it's gotten you guys in all the places you don't have armor. Okay. In that case, it is that snake's turn. It is going to turn around and go after Ruby since it had the best attack against it the previous turn.
Hell yeah.
Ruby, is your dodge 14?
It's 12,
Okay.
so no.
All right. So it turns around and rushes you, and it mostly the side of the snake grinds against your vest and your front, and it's like sandpaper, and it does 2 points of damage, but your armor reduces that to just 1.
That's nothing.
Yeah. So yeah, it scrapes up the front part of your leather armor or hide armor I think you're wearing. And
Yeah.
and like scrapes your arm a little bit too on the way past. But yeah, otherwise, yep, you're completely fine.
Yep.
And now it's Anska's turn.
Okay, I think I'm gonna try something crazy.
You like crazy.
I'm going to do a runic spell,
Okay.
ice, ice, 3 times.
Ice, ice, ice.
Calmness.
You
Ice,
do ice, ice
baby.
fertility. We were on the same wavelength there.
Yep.
All right, triple ice. To do
No,
what?
for calmness.
Okay.
I want to. Like, what's it
Okay.
called?
Yeah, we keep sort of losing you with like robot voice and not hearing. You said 3 ice. That would be 12 minus 1, 11 be your difficulty. I don't think that needs a roll then. You can roll 3d6 and divide that by 2.
10, so 5.
Awesome. Okay. Where are you focusing the ice? Gonna like touch a part of its body or?
I'm going for its mouth. Trying to like freeze it shut.
Okay. It looks like it's going to freeze shut for a few seconds, and then it roars and it just breaks it apart. Some of the teeth, the like rounded bit of teeth in the front though, they break off, leaving some of its mouth a little bit less dangerous, but not closed completely. Took 5 damage. Ruby.
Yes.
Turn.
Well, I have a +2 at initiative, and since I just got hurt, I have a +2 to damage now.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
I'm going to smack the bitch again. It asked for it.
Yeah, did.
5 plus 8, that's a 13.
That hits.
And damage, so that's a d6 plus 5, since I have a +2.
Plus 6 actually, because of the spell.
Oh, yeah. So that's a 2 plus 6, so that's 8 damage.
Okay. Still not enough to hit its wound threshold. But you take another big chunk out of its back as it goes past.
Nice.
Egil.
Yes.
Are safely up on top of the rock, and the undead snake not currently trying to get. You can see it down in the water. It's trying to submerge itself, but it is still visible.
Cool. The rocks that we are on, is there a path to go forward so we do not have to dip into the water, or
Um,
are we just kind of like on a safe ledge?
you're on there's like a big open water area, some little rocks that move. It's that make like a little poor path to the big rock that you're on. And then you can't, yeah, it's just water all around you otherwise.
Right. Okay, so
Basically on an island that's sticking like 5 or 6 out of the water.
sounds about right. So, then I am going to like, because you said I have a rough idea, it's trying to submerge itself.
Yeah, you can see
But
it still.
all right, cool. I'm gonna go and go throw one of my knives at it, or
Okay.
one of my daggers,
Sweet.
and I have precise shot, so that should aid me, correct?
You can use precise shot to get extra damage.
All right.
Would add
Awesome.
4 to your damage roll.
Excellent. Good to know. All right, so I'm rolling this plus thrown.
You're just rolling a thrown check.
Okay.
Your difficulty is normally 11. I'm gonna say because you're throwing into water, we're gonna raise that to 13.
Okay. And because I'm a master in thrown, does that change what the D10 is, or is D10 plus 8 sound correct?
Exactly. Yep. D10 plus 8. It would be 6 if you weren't a master.
Okay. Excellent. So I got 16.
Nice. All right. Yeah, your dagger cuts right through the water and hits it in the back. You can roll your damage roll, and if you get a 6, then critical.
Excellent. So that's just 1d6?
It's 1d6 divided by 2.
Okay. So I got a 3. So
That'd be 2 damage base.
yep,
And then
plus 4.
you can use precise shot to get plus 4.
Yep.
And do you want to
Yes.
use your battle runes? Get 3
Yes.
more. So 6, 7, 8, 9.
That sounds about right.
All right. Yep. You can't see where the dagger is, but you know you hit it pretty well. It submerges with the dagger in its back, and you're pretty satisfied with that throw.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Oh, that's actually okay. Now it's the snake's turn. So let's see. It was submerging. So um, the snake goes down into the depths of the water and coils around the base of that island. It's kind of like a iceberg, thinner at the bottom than it is at the top, and it's going to wrap its body around the base of that and try to snap it off so that you guys don't have any place to stand.
Ooh. Jerk.
It's trying to make you wait.
All right.
The snake is trying to make you wet. That's it.
Yeah. It
I almost got wet and I did not like it.
I'm already wet.
uh you can feel that it has cracked some of the base, but it wasn't enough on that action for it to
Thank goodness.
break it completely. But it is complete. Back up to the top. Did we miss anybody that time, or did everybody get
Everyone got a chance.
Okay.
So.
Then it is back to Estrid.
I believe Ruby has you've hit twice now, so that's +4 on your initiative.
No, I checked and it's only for the next turn that I get a +2. So basically, as long as I hit, my initiative is 11, but only for like one turn.
And 11's not enough to put you better than this. So.
Yeah, but does it put me ahead of like what was it?
Yeah, it does.
Anka.
That's true. It does. Yeah.
So yeah.
So Estrid is.
Well, exactly how much can I do in a turn?
Usually one skill roll, or one action. It depends on what you're trying to do. What idea do you have, and figure it out?
I kind of just want to get down to it and hit it.
Okay. Yeah, you'd have to go for a swim.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a good enough athletics roll could get you down there and get a hatchet into it.
Yeah, okay.
Um, Gonna go same as before, same as with the dagger. Difficulty 13.
Oh. 8.
8 total.
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. So you gather up your courage, pull out your slightly favored hatchet, and leap into the water. And you are swimming down as fast as you can, and you come face to face with this serpent, and it whacks you with its side and completely lose your bearings. Like you don't know which way is up and which way is down, and by the time you open your eyes again, you don't see the serpent around you at all. So it has you disoriented.
Fuck.
That would be air snake.
Air
Um,
snake.
air snake.
Weird sequel to Airbud.
Airbud,
I
air
guess we
snake.
know what happened to the dog.
Mm-hmm. Um. Okay. Think air snake is going to try to tail whip Ruby. See if it can fling you off the side of the mountain. What's your dodge?
12.
I'm going to give you a +2 bonus because of the wings. It hits. So it's going to be minimal damage from the hit. It body checks you for 5 damage, but you can reduce that by 1 because of your armor. And you are pushed off of a ledge, and you're going to have to make some reflexive checks taking damage. And we can go ahead and make them now because they're not going to take up your action. So, probably athletics or acrobatics.
I'm going to take athletics since it's a +6.
Okay.
So that's D10. Ugh, that's a 7 total. Because I rolled a 1.
I'm going to give you a +2 bonus because of the wings again. To help you, stabilize your fall.
That's a 9 total.
Yeah. So a 9 is enough to reduce some fall damage. So instead of 2d6 fall damage, you're only going to take 1d6. And I rolled a 5. You're going to take 5 points of fall damage.
I'm at 11 max health. Damn.
Yep.
It goes down fast.
Yeah, and you are a level down from where the snake is, and you saw as soon as it hit you, it turned around and made a beeline toward Anska.
Wonderful.
Anska, it is your turn.
No, it's mine.
Oh, that's
Because
right,
of
because of
my-
your fast strikes. That's right.
Yeah.
Have something you can throw, or do you want to just
Attack me.
try climbing back up?
Well, I'm climbing back up, obviously. I can't do much more.
Athletics, difficulty 9, and +2 bonus because of the.
Yeah, better. So that's a 5 plus the 8, so that's 13.
Sweet. All right. Yep, you're able to make it back up there, climb back up. We're back in a good position for the next.
Yeah.
Now it's Anska's.
Uh, hmm.
Making a beeline right for you.
There's absolutely nothing I can do. My best. Going to use Orcon, my rune spell. Do the fire.
Okay. How many times?
4.
4? Okay. Anything you want to add to that?
No. Just
So,
fire damage.
all right, difficulty 15.
Is there any inspiration because I heard a meow in the background?
He was about to comment on that.
Now opens.
9. So 19.
Awesome. Okay. At 4 levels of fire damage, that is going to be 4d6 divided by 2.
Be 6.
Okay. So I think with all that fire and your runes and the 3 braziers of fire that are all around you, all the fire from the area just like flamethrowers in on it. And it twists up in the air and its mouth opens wide and it's like the front part of its mouth unfurls and you see its tongue wiggle as it collapses and falls back to the ground, but it falls like it's made of feathers. It just kind of falls slowly to the ground, and doesn't fall with a thud or anything. Um, uh, just laying there, not moving at all.
Do we kill it or do we just destroy the outer casing?
Egil,
Yes.
your turn.
So, because I don't want to go in the water,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my rope out
Okay.
and I'm gonna dangle it in the water and go fishing.
Nice. Okay.
Right.
Um,
Just tie me on the end and I'm the bait.
No.
yeah, I was gonna say, what do you want to use for bait?
I think what I'll do is
Worm.
The other worm.
The worm.
no, that's my friend. No.
Friend worm, not food worm.
Exactly.
You can get it
Is
back later.
no. I can't risk that. Then what's the point? Anyway, there's nothing around on the rock that I'm on, probably. It's just all dirt.
Yeah.
Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'll take one of my one of my daggers. I have I'll be down 10. I think that'll be fine. And I'm gonna take the dagger and I'm gonna tie it like a nice tight rope. And then I'm gonna like basically see where Estrid went roughly about, and I saw where the water was going, and I'm just gonna roughly dangle around there and hope that it bites.
Okay. So hope it goes after shiny objects.
Yes.
Okay. I say roll 2d10. No bonus.
Okay.
Like a professional fishing check.
Okay. Is that the let me see, is this what that is? Oh nope, that is D100. Okay. That is what that is. Alright, so 2d10.
Take the lower of.
An 8.
Wow, fantastic.
Mhm.
Okay. I think on it.
Trades indeed.
Yeah.
Jack of all trades helps.
Yeah, okay. On its turn, it's gonna bite. Actually, I think. Esther, did you get an action turn?
I jumped into the water.
That's right. Okay, just making sure. Okay. In that case, the snake bites on the hook. You can roll dagger damage, 1d6 divided by 2.
Alright, perfect. And is there any bonus from the rune on that?
Battle? I wouldn't say this is battle.
Oh god, I got a 1.
Okay, a 1 is still a damage.
Okay.
So, alright.
He got poked.
Yep, your dagger sort of bites into his upper jaw, and you have him hooked.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's a battle of, who can get him out of the water at this point, I guess.
It is a
Like when you eat
battle.
it's like when you eat chips and it jams your gums.
Yeah,
Oh god, yeah.
exactly.
That you know what? That's actually a different kind of pain. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got him with Dorito damage.
yes. Can we get some Doritos in chat? That is
Yeah.
an actual emote,
Really?
by the way.
All right, Estrid, it is back to you.
My god, it is.
Do I see the fishy?
Yeah,
Can
you see it being
hit
pulled
it?
up.
Can I hit it? Am I in reach of
Yeah,
it?
you can swim over and get a whack on it.
Yes, I'm gonna use my hatchet. And I'm gonna, yeah, that's after.
Difficulty is 11.
Yup. Well,
12, nice. And you can roll damage.
yeah. And that
Excellent.
would be which one then?
Can't believe we haven't had a critical yet.
That's
We've
a
gotten so
3.
close.
Damage?
And I would like to use my massive attack.
Okay.
Also, would that count actually for the rune because it's actually like trying, or is that only for me?
No, I'm fine with it being on both of you. So massive attack gives you plus warrior damage. Is
That would be 5.
okay. So
So
8 plus 3
yeah,
from the rune.
11.
7. Oh, one shy of its wound threshold.
Oh,
Okay. So you slash
That with
into
the
its.
+4?
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Yike.
You slash into its back, and you sever part of its spinal column, and the whole back half of the worm just sort of stops. It loses control of the last couple vertebra and its big barb. And
nice.
Okay, was Estrid. Air Snake is down. Um, Ruby and Anska, you can see that it's still breathing. It's rolled over onto its back, got its mouth wide open, and it looks like it's playing dead. And it kind of blinks at you, and with like kind of have mercy kind of look in its eyes. Pretend dead eyes.
Hmm. That's
Good.
sus.
It's
That's
very
you.
sus. I'm gonna regret this. I want to have look more closer, see if that triggers. To try
Trying
Um,
and
to
attack
get ready
again.
to like chop its head off.
Sure. Okay, so Ruby, you're getting ready for like a coup de grace if necessary.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, the two of you get closer, and you can kind of hear it, gently breathing, trying not to. It's kind of a raspy breath. Um, but yeah, no, it doesn't take any movement or action or anything against you.
Cool. And
This doesn't look like the worm we're supposed to like get.
Um, I'll let you make an untrained lore check on that.
Mm. Okay,
Whichever
so
whichever
that's
of the two of you Well, I'll just give whoever has the better bonus can get a +1 to the roll.
That
Lore,
would be you.
Yeah,
6.
probably.
Yeah.
And an extra +1.
So a D10, right?
A D10 plus 7, yeah.
13.
I'm sorry?
13.
13? Yep. Yeah, you can tell in its eyes and other things about its features that it is definitely similar in species to the tiny furry caterpillar worm that you saw before. Tell by its like upturned lips. Yeah.
I'm immediately going to try and use herbalism to make sure it doesn't actually die.
Okay. Tend to its wounds.
Mhm.
Okay. Ruby, you want to put it out of its misery?
Oh God.
Considered it, but like it seems not to be at least.
Yeah. Egil?
Yes. So I think so the hit that Estrid did was a pretty fine blow, but I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I think I'm going to do, if it's within distance or I can roll for it, doesn't matter. I'd like to take my sickle out and grab it into it and like pull it onto the surface.
Okay. Yep. Like, yeah, hook it.
Yeah,
Okay.
hook it.
Um, Normally I'd say difficulty 11, but because you already have it, you're already a little bit in control of it with your rope and dagger. Let's make that difficulty 9.
Cool. And oh, that's perfect. I got 5 plus 6, so that passes.
All right. You can roll damage if you want, or if you're just trying to hook it. Then
Does it look pretty weak?
it's yeah, more or less anything you roll would incapacitate it. So
No, then I'm not gonna do damage
okay.
yet.
All right. In that case, when you put your sickle under its neck, you see that it starts swimming to match wherever your sickle goes. So you pull and it swims upward, and you're able to lead it up onto uh, the rocky island that you're on safely.
Cool. Yeah. Does it still look pretty like undead? Can I do like an
Oh yeah,
awareness
yeah.
to see if
No
there's
need.
anything more I can see?
Yeah. Um, Yeah, I think because you were the one that had the success on the lore to begin with, and you have the other worm somewhere on you, you notice that they start spitting like venom at each other and hissing at each other and
Yeah.
basically having a worm argument.
Oh my god.
A argument.
Worm argument.
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 It's warmer.
Amazing.
And the worm on your shoulder uh, sort of rolls off and elongates on the ground and becomes very similar to what the other two look like. Just it looks like a hairy caterpillar version of them, and has mossy patches on its back.
Makes sense. All right, perfect.
Okay. And despite the fact that they don't like each other, it is cowed by the things you've done to it, so it will follow your lead if you
Oh,
try
good.
to take it out of the cave.
That I will.
Okay. So is the
Water
assumption that
first. Air.
you're all gonna meet back together?
Yes.
Maybe at the cave entrance?
Yeah.
Okay.
hoping Egil told me that it's cool now, or else I'm gonna just keep going at it.
Oh no, you could tell when they've like cooled down and they've hissed. I will definitely say something along the lines of, unfortunately, this ugly one is what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Kill something.
When they're
We
spitting at
almost
each
killed.
other,
Eh.
the venom that hits the ground and hits the rocks and stuff is acidic, and it just burns right into the rocks, leaving little pock marks. But
Solution: we just need to
Watch your
find the
step.
fireworm, and they'll just get together to try and stop the fireworm from destroying the world.
luckily, they're not aiming any of that venom toward any of you, purely for each other.
Oh, good. I still say watch your step.
Yeah. All right. Within a couple hours, you are all able to meet back up in a clearing just outside of the cave, with the snakes in tow.
Wonderful.
So the last part of the lore is that they must be brought to. Got a spammer. Fun.
Love it.
Don't get those very often.
I mean, it's
No.
almost a
We have a
little
decent
fun.
amount of people watching too. Those usually pry for like the 3
Yeah, yeah.
viewers.
Sorry about that. So yeah, the next part of the lore was that they must be at peace with one another. That seems like pretty unlikely, because once the three of them get together, they start they immediately start moving in a spiral fashion around each other, almost like kids when they're like wrestling. You know, they like walk around each other like they're trying to get the advantage on one another. Except it's three of them, and they're doing it in a circle, so it's this big three snake spiral. Um, and they're
And I just
hissing at
killed
each
them all.
other and
No.
spitting venom at each other, and
They
it's
can't fight if they're dead.
terrible.
Yes,
Yeah.
but if they
And it
get
looks like I
along, we
lost
get
audio
reward.
on everybody again. Okay. I am able to hear you again. However, can somebody? Yep, no. One sec. I do not know why this is happening. I can hear you, but now the now chat can't hear you. I'm gonna try to call back again. One more time.
That's
Testing.
exactly. Testing.
Yep.
Test.
Okay. I think you guys are back again.
Yay.
Woohoo.
Okay. So I am sorry. The last thing I had said was that the three snakes are spiraling around one another, spitting venom and hissing at each other.
Can I tie them down?
I still have rope, so I
I
will.
also have rope.
Get along, rope.
We're gonna rope these snakes.
Yeah.
Can you hog tie a snake? Let's find out.
Hog tie the
Pretty sure
snakes.
there's a way to tie snakes together.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. There's not a rope use still. So, maybe
new thing to add, the bondage skill.
a bondage skill, yeah.
Wait a
Shibari
minute.
skill.
Can I try to intimidate them to sit still for a fucking second?
Yeah, I
Oh,
would
he's not gonna
say
just two of them out.
intimidating all three of them is probably going to be an epic task, but if you wanted to pick a
I have a
particular one,
basic Intimidate. Can I assist?
Yeah, same. I can
What about a
assist.
ritual?
Intimidate can be used untrained, so if you guys want to do a group Intimidate, you can do the
Yes, please.
Yeah.
take whoever has the highest bonus and add 3 to that.
I have a +6.
I have a +7.
Plus
Yeah.
4.
I think the +7 wins.
Yeah.
+3.
But doesn't Anska have wise words?
I do.
Well,
Ooh.
wise words can give you a bonus equal to your stage.
That's 6.
So yeah, you get a +6 plus a +3. That's a
Right.
+9 plus whatever your normal bonus is.
Holy hell. Love
Do we
that.
get extra because we beat the shit out of 2 of them?
I think we got extra already.
Yeah, I'll
if
give
I'm
you-
being honest.
I'll give you an extra +2 because yeah, you did best 2 of them in battle.
And the other one watched.
The other one was chill.
So difficulty is 17, but your grand total if you use wise words is like +13, I think.
Cool.
Nice.
So am I leading it then?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
5.
5
5
plus
plus whatever
13
thing.
is 18, and the difficulty was 17.
Woo.
Yay!
So yeah, I think what that looks like is, well, actually, Anska, what is it that you and your group all come to a consensus on to tell them, using your intimidation and infinite wisdom, to convince them to stop arguing?
I'm just gonna sharpen my axe while staring at them.
Nice.
The basic theme is just did this. Do you want to start again?
Fuck shit, get hit.
Fuck around and find out, bitches.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have like my massive battle axe.
The 3 snakes all stop and listen to you, and seem to be seriously considering what you've said. The first snake to fall into line is the sky snake. It bows to Anska and Ruby, and then takes its position on the ground. The next snake to respond is Mossy Snake. It bows to Egil and takes a position on the ground. And then finally, the undead looking snake bows to Estrid and Egil, takes its position on the ground, and the 3 of them kind of in a big arc, like the big spoon, the slightly smaller spoon, and the smallest spoon. And
Dream.
as soon as they rest together, see a blue light rise up out of the ground, in what would be, if you were to connect their arcs into a big circle, what would be the center of that amongst your group. A blue light rises out of the ground, and the mountains in the distance vanish, replaced by distant fog, like you're seeing water, and see the bow of a ship pierce the fog, and the ship is toward you at a pretty fast pace, and see, well, actually, let's have Egil make a lore check.
Gotcha. Let me throw that. Okay, that'll be
I'm
a
gonna
plus
ready
5.
my axes again.
It looks like it's a few miles off.
Oh, honey, that's a 10, so
Nice.
15.
You
Yeah.
you know immediately what this ship is. This
Yep.
is the ship of the dead. and the mountain reappears, and the ship is gone again, but you know it's coming.
Oh, I saw some stuff. Yeah.
What was in those
So
mushrooms?
we didn't even eat them yet. So yeah, I once when the realization hits, I turned to everyone and was like, that ship is a ship of the dead. We need to relocate everybody or else we are SOL.
I heard Ship of the Dead and started running towards the horses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can't beat the shit out of it.
No.
Aw.
It's a boat made entirely of the fingernails of dead.
Eh,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
That's cool, but
Fingernail boat. Yeah, it's kind of gross, but it's cool.
Yeah, it's a ghost.
love it.
And the blue light radiates through all of you, and you feel the magic power inside of you, or your ability to use magic has become much, much stronger than it was before. So much so that Anska starts to blaze with fire in one eye and ice in the other eye.
Hell yeah.
And the rest of you also start seeing similar spiritual things happening, like Ruby's axe, which had already become such a powerful implement in her hands, now blazes with a blue light. And the rest of you similar things happening. Things that you're already very good at now seem to be magically.
Do I still have the wings?
Yeah, I guess we could make the wings like semi-permanent and like turn them off and
Ooh.
on at will.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yay!
And you know that if you head back with this newfound magic, that your clan will certainly survive the Fimbulwinter, but now you have the Ragnarok that that is on its way after this.
At least I
That's
get
a
to
win in
kill
my book.
stuff.
Hold on. If Ruby has wings, does that mean Ruby's the Herald of Ragnarok? Because all the shenanigans?
All the shenanigans. Yeah, we
I
could.
told you should behave. Look what you did.
She's alive, isn't she?
Technically, she did what she was supposed to.
Yep.
Look, you're just jealous because I can fly.
She tries to fly. She gets like 2.5 feet off the ground, higher than,
Yeah.
slightly lower than she could have jumped on her own.
I can float.
You're
I
like
can
a chicken.
glide.
Little hover action.
Yeah, little hover action.
And you look like a fucking worm on the ground.
And you wanted me to kill it.
Yeah, almost immediately after the magic returns, the three worms start fighting each other again, and they all dive into the ground and away from all of you.
I have
Fair.
time to smack the mossy one before he goes.
Yeah, he give him a little whap on the butt with the side of your axe.
Yeah.
Coming for you next.
Look around and
Like-
find out.
Don't let an enemy out of my sight.
All right, I think that's where we're gonna end it. You guys will be making a journey back to your homes to fill them in on what happened. See if you can use powers to help keep them all alive a bit longer.
Yay!
There's a bigger threat on the horizon.
We did it.
Sort of.
We saved the day while killing the rest of the world.
Basically the rest of
Yes.
the world.
I'm just happy that, when I got my good rolls, they were actually useful.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was very lucky.
My good roll was initiative.
It was
That's
awesome,
several
yeah.
good rolls. It was neat. Look at all those 10.
Honestly, your role at top of initiative was great order for our battle.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it was very Estrid set him up and he'll knock him down. You know, with various wiggles on that.
Yep.
Well, I hope you all had a really good time. I had a fantastic time. It has been a
Same.
Yeah,
long
me
time.
too.
This was so much fun.
It
Yeah,
was.
and I'm sure all of you have infections now.
Probably.
Oh, definitely.
No, I have herbalism. I can check us all for it.
Nice.
Yeah, same. I have a herbalism too.
Yes, please. I have been bitten in the leg and swimming in filthy warm water.
Swimming in filth.
Same.
It's not filth, it's necrotic. There's a difference.
Yeah. Well, thank you all so much for doing this game with me. Such a
Yeah.
weird situation. I'm sorry that the tattoo stuff fell through this week. But we will try to reschedule that, and maybe we'll do a part 2 to this. Maybe we'll do something different when that happens. So,
It
uh,
was
Should
fun
we
anyway.
thank you.
should
And
we reintroduce ourselves?
yeah, that's a great idea. And you can always join us on patreon.com/balsamic games and join the next adventure. And yeah, let's go back through everybody and have you, if you want to tell people where they can find you on social media, feel free. If you don't, also feel free. That's totally fine and understandable. We're also all on the Discord. So I'll put the link to the Discord in chat while you guys can give any information you want about yourselves. We'll start with Unska.
Isabella Declan. You can find me at Isabella Declan on Twitter. I try to write, but it doesn't always work.
And Egil?
Hi everyone, I played Eagle. My name is Elliot, and I am Chaos Them in the chat, and you can find me there on Twitter as well as Chaos Elliot. Chaos Elliot is where all the extra bullshit goes, and Chaos Them is where the organization goes. If you like what I did here, you can catch me on Sunday at the Bard's Playhouse, and I'm part of their Pathfinder 2e campaign. And starting in June, June 3rd, you're gonna see me in a Vampire the Masquerade campaign again on the Bard's Playhouse, and it's taking place in Cologne, Germany, and it's gonna be awesome. It's called Revolt on the Rhine, so keep an eye on my social media to see what I'm doing. And Chaos Them is where everything is.
Awesome. Estrid?
So yeah, I was Tatiana or Struggle Princess. You can find me on Instagram under Struggle Princess or Twitter under Struggle Princess without the E in struggle. That's about it.
Awesome. And Ruby?
On most places, in most places, but mostly on Discord. And well, on the other social networks, I'd rather not be found. Like, if you ever really want to talk to me, I'm still in chat as Bloody Rose White Wolf. So like, eh. And that's it.
Awesome. I'm Gavin the GM. You can find me on Twitter at Gavin the GM. I'm also on Instagram as Gavin the GM. We have Twitter and Instagram channels for Balsamic Games, which is our game studio that Anya and I are the founders of. We make tabletop role playing games like this one. This is one that we made and ran, like I said, way back in 2016 based off of another game. I have a million games like this. I've been designing games for almost 30 years, and so I have a huge backlog of games that I've made that I would love to run and play again. So you can come also. I'm sure everybody that's here already knows that we play Children of Midnight Coven, our other game, on Tuesdays. And tomorrow is Anya Plays Animal Crossing, the chillest hangout on Twitch, where we hang out and cross animals.
And you just vibe.
Yeah. And I'll be there watching.
And I think we're thinking about doing a movie night this weekend, but we will probably discuss that on tomorrow during the stream. So our movie nights, we stream movies on our Twitch channel. Or sorry, we stream movies on our Discord, which is way better than Twitch.
Yeah,
That would be
TOS is
in terms of. So yeah, thank you all so much to our Patreon supporters, all our Patreon supporters that are here that were in the game, and all the Patreon supporters that were in chat, and keeping us company. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being our supporters because we are able to do great things because of you. We're working toward getting live captions on our streams, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot of other really awesome goals, mostly to help out the Tuesday stream. That's our happy place. Um, but yeah, if you want to join us on Patreon, we will run a game for you. Either Anya or I will run a game for you. It doesn't have to be streamed. So yeah, hop in there and let us know what you want to play. And thank you all so much to all of you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.